Hi, in this video I'm going to show you how to work with Mahout. I mean how to perform the data analysis using Mahout. As I said in one of my previous videos, I'm going to show you how to analyze a peculiar dataset which usually most of if you go online, you see here, this is actually one of the, I like this book Mahout in Action. Uh, as I said, I'm going to show you how to create a recommendation system, that is user-based recommendation systems. I can't explain much of the theory, but I'm just going to show you how to perform that using Mahout. The purpose of showing this link is to advise. I mean, I'm trying to advise you to go to this link and read what is recommendation system and what are the different algorithms available from Mahout. I am going to use a particular class called recommend item based. Okay, here inside this class we have a couple of methods. I can even show you there are different types of methods inside this. I think you can see the recommendation. Maybe you can pick up some random blog or website where you find yeah, here you can these are the similarities, and there is a particular algorithm called Pearson correlation similarity that we can use, and nearest neighborhoods. This is actually one of the ways. I'm not going to show you how to create a Java, how to write a Java program and compile. That is not my way. I'm just going to show you. Okay, you can. There are a number of algorithms for. Maybe you can wait for. I think you don't need to go to any blog or website. You can just we can see what are the different algorithms available for data analysis right from the Mahout. As I have shown you, if you execute this statement Mahout, it will show you all different classes. As I told you that I'm just going to use this particular class for the data analysis. Immediately after Mahout, if I write this, the class name and then press enter, then of course it will tell me a lot of, that is not the appropriate way and all everything, but fortunately I didn't get any. You see here, these are the algorithms. Okay, similarity, co-occurrence, similarity log likelihood. This is what I'm going to show you. We are going to use the similarity log likelihood algorithm, and then you can use any one of these, but we need to do a couple of times to see if the data set is compatible for a given algorithm or not. That is just the kind of activity which we need to do. Similarity, Tanimoto coefficient, and then similarity city blocks, similarity cosine, similarity. So actually the purpose of this video is not to explain each other. That is altogether a different goal or aim. In the main purpose of this video is to show how to perform the analysis, not to talk about the theory behind recommend item based class, or that is not the aim. My aim is not to talk each and every algorithm. That is a theoretical discussion. Okay, there's a lot of information which is available online and all. So this actually, this particular exercise which I'm going to do in this computer spans across 7 steps. So the step number 1, we need to get the data, and then we should prepare the data for analysis, and third step is to perform the analysis. In this video, I'm going to show you how to get the data to the computer, and then possibly I can show you, because Pig is there in my computer. I guess Pig should be there. So I'll use Pig to prepare the data so that it is easy for us to perform it. Because when we download the data, it doesn't. it may not be appropriate for the analysis. We have to look into the data and see if actually this particular algorithm, similarity log likelihood, requires three different columns. The first column should be the user ID, and the second column rating, third column is again the movie ID. So there are three kinds of, I mean, I'm talking about a particular data set which I'm going to, so without talking much about the data set, I've just started talking. So I'm going to show you what is the data. There is a popular blog called Group Lens, okay? And this is actually a popular website where they have a lot of data sets, okay? So the data set which I'm going to use for analysis is a data set which is known as movie lens, okay? And here you got so many versions of that data. I'm going to work with the data set which is 1MB file. Even I can't use this 1MB file because I'm trying to perform the analysis inside a virtual machine. It is not advisable to have a very, see, there is even a version of the data file which is which is close to 3.1 gigabytes of data, gigabytes in size, but I don't think that there is 5 MB. So I think this one is okay for me. Okay, that 1MB file should be okay for me because I don't have sufficient supporting resources in my local machine. And by the way, I'm using the pseudo distribution mode, which means a single computer which mimics like both master and slave. Okay, I'm going to save this. No, I think it is not a good. Okay, can do this. There is nothing so bad about it. I copy the link location because I have two users in my computer. So if I save that file, it goes to the other user, and from there again I have to move. That is not a good thing. Okay, W get, or you can also use curl code, something like that. Okay, and then this is a zip file, it seems. Yeah, it is downloaded. I think I should be having this somewhere. Where do I have it? Where is that? X1 processed. What is the name of the file? ML latest. Yeah, here. So it is there, but I'm not able to see. Okay, fine. So now I think I need to unzip, I guess. Unzip ML. If I, yeah. And now it produces a directory, cdml, something like that. This is what is the file which we are looking at. It's actually, I mean, there are different versions of some datasets will be having ratings.dat. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter, because we are going to use Pig to. Now, what I do, let me show you how many lines of rows. How many rows are there inside this data file? Same thing is also called as a model file or maybe configuration file, something like that. There are different words used by the experts in this domain of operations. Now cat ratings, okay, CSV, pipe it to WC, word count by lines. Oh, is it? I don't have a single line inside of it, it seems. Unless cat ratings. Yeah, there are lines. Then what is the problem? Cat ratings, WC, lines. Yeah, there are 100,837 lines. No, I can't afford to train all such data. So let me show you what is there in this data set. Okay, I think I can use head instead of going to ratings. I think in my previous step I forgot to use the tab button. There was a spelling mistake. That is why it showed 0. Now you see here the very first thing is actually the user ID, and the second one is the movie ID, and the third one is the rating. So that is actually the format of the data. Okay, so I may not be able to talk much about what are the input requirements and all that thing. I'm just trying to follow a blunt approach where without talking much of theory, because I can't speak much in just a small video. So I advise the viewers to go online and read about the theory and the requirements of the data. I mean, what should be the dimensionality of the input data and all everything. So I just need the first three columns. The fourth column is the timestamp, which I don't require. Uh, so I'm afraid that I don't like to. So I'm just going to make use of Pig. I'm going to call it in a local instance. Okay. So Pig really is very much useful to us to process the data and store it. So what I'm going to do, I'll just create a relation ratings. I do a lot of spelling mistakes. Load ratings.csv and then as using Pig storage, and then this is comma separated. Luckily I have as. Okay, now here I need to talk about user ID. It is int, right? Yeah, it is int because it is always better to define the schema, otherwise we'll lose the data set, the resulting data set will be imprecise for the analysis. Second one is movie ID, which is again int, and then we have rating, which is double, and then time, which is long. I think long. I can go for long. I think I don't know. Now when I press, if nothing is erratic, because I'm afraid of the spelling mistakes because I do everything in a hurried fashion. Now describe, okay, and then ratings. See again I did ratings. Now user ID that is preserved. The schema is preserved in the relation. Now what I can do is I can create the data set. I can dump now and show you. No, I want to do one intermittent step. That is actually I want to sample this data so that I don't want to have such a, because I don't have the luxury to. I can't afford to have all this data for training because my machine is very small machine. I'll just do one thing. Ratings sample. I sample this data. Sample ratings. Ratings. Okay. I think I'll go for 1%. So that's good. I'm just going to sample data from this, obtain the sample, and the size of the sampling is 1% of the existing data. Okay, sample ratings. Okay, there is nothing wrong. Describe ratings. Why I'm doing describe every time? Because I'm afraid of corrupting the schema. Yeah, schema is intact. Now I'm going to store this. Okay, so that I can create a local file, and that I can straight away take. No, I have to. I don't want all the. I think I need to separate the first three columns, right? So I'll do one thing. Ratings, CSV, right? So ratings for CSV. No, ratings 3 rows. Okay. Now what I filter, I can. It is not filtering. I think I can go for each ratings. Ratings sample for each generate the very first column, comma, second column, and the third column as. Okay, I think I need to. Oh, control is not working here. I think I need to search for something called. Can I say? I think it is not possible for me. I think I have to go for 3 different rows. As first one as user ID, comma, second column as movie ID, comma, third column as this is 2, I think. Yeah. and then rating. I think this is how I should do. Yeah, I think that's all. Can I? I don't know. Uh, yeah, there is an error. Unexpected symbol. There is an error. What is the error? Error Apache line 3 column. What is the error? 0 as user ID, 1 as movie ID. As movie ID as rating. Yeah, now it is okay. Now I'm going to store this. By the way, you need to read all this thing. These are all some, we call them as Latin commands. Store ratings 3 calls. Okay. Into ratings.csv. I'm just going to create this in the present directory. Ratings 3 ratings out. I call. Okay. That's using pig storage command. Okay. So store ratings 3 calls into ratings out CSV using pig storage. Let's see. If I am, it's starting MapReduce. I think it will take some time. Store perhaps is a command which uses MapReduce to generate the. By the way, Pig is really very much used for data flow programming language. I mean, programming language which is used to process data sets, and it works with. Oh my God, it's going kind of. Oh, it's reading each and every line inside that data file itself. I don't know how many lines are there, but I should be able to show you once this conversion failed. I don't know why. I think there is a mistake. It's telling me that the file successfully stored. Home HD user okay, successfully stored. It's stored success. But it showed me okay, fine, sh ls. Yeah, I have ratings. Now I can quit grunt. Now let me clear this ls. Now I can see ratings out CSV. Oh, there is ratings out CSV ls. Okay, I'll do one thing. Cat dot. This is the map step. It seems this is output of. Oh my God, there's nothing. I don't know why. Something is missing. There is success, but Okay, we got this file. I've done a mistake actually. That mistake was I forgot to save the columns. Somewhere something went wrong. Right, and so I could somehow get the file. Okay, now if I go for cat part m, so I rectified the mistake in the peg. Unfortunately, I could not show you that. So it is the same. I don't know where actually the things went wrong, but I've done the same activities again, and somehow I got the CSV file back with only 3. You see here the user ID and then the movie ID and then rating. So this is what is exactly the shape of the file. This is what is expected shape of the file for the data analysis using Mahout. Okay, this is a help for this video. I shall show you how to process this. I will show you one thing. How many lines are there, right? Ratings.csv. No, it is. I think I should ls. I'll move this into sudo cp path into ratings.csv. That could be Yeah, cat ratings.csv, then grep, not grep, I don't know why I'm getting grep. Yeah, we have only 107 rows. So earlier we had 100 and dot rows in the. I think this data file can be sufficient enough for and this is random. Okay, that is actually the I mean the power of Pig in processing data and get it in a required format, whatever it is. Thanks for watching this video. Okay, I'll come back with the next video in which I have plans to show you how to analyze the same data set with the help of Mahout.